and it'll like take the hair off. You won't have any razor bumps or anything like that. And I was like, are you kidding me? Like, there's a way to just get hair just off the body, just yank. Like, there's a way to do this. Like, okay, sign me up. How do I do this? Where do I find it? So
and you're watching Tyra Talks. Don't forget to subscribe and follow my Instagram. Link in description.
hello, happy new year, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. So every day of this year, I'm trying to put out a story time. Well, I'm not trying to say every day, but you know, so far every day I've been putting out a story time, and it's my goal to continue with that. Now, today's story time is about how I got a chemical burn on my vagine, okay? So let's get into it. So the first time it ever occurred to me to think about hair or body hair or puberty or anything like that was in 3rd grade, and I was 8 years old. There was this girl, let's just call her Tanya, okay? She was taller than the rest of us. Tanya had boobs. Tanya had older siblings. Tanya was out here in these streets because her parents didn't care about her being out with the older kids. So she already knew about the comings and the goings. Do y'all remember those bands that we used to keep on our arms, and it's like if you popped a band or something, I mean you did something with a boy? She was the one who told me about that. Like, Tanya knew all the tea, right? So one day we was in the basement of the school, which was where our bathroom was, and somehow we got on the topic of pubic hair, and Tanya was talking about how, I don't know if her parent has hair or her sister had hair or something, but how just somebody had pubic hair and she didn't like it. So then sort of all of us, like a whole group of us, was talking about how we don't like pubic hair, we don't have pubic hair, we don't want any pubic hair. And it wasn't until I was 12 years old that the whole hair conversation finally came up again, because that's when I started going through puberty. So obviously all of the hair from all of the places are growing, okay? So my dad, I came to him and talked to him about it, and he was just like, you're a kid, like you don't need to shave, da 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 da. And that didn't really sit right with me, because you're under this impression that I want to shave hair because I want to have sex. I'm 12 years old. I'm not having sex with anybody. I don't want hair because I personally don't like it. Plus, none of my friends have hair. None of my family members have hair. In the media, nobody has hair. Why do I gotta be the only person walking around looking like freaking Chewbacca, okay? So I was not a fan, and because I didn't know how to get my hands on a razor, what I did was actually go to the beauty supply store and get them little like eyebrow razors. I used to use those to try and shave, because you know, being a kid, oftentimes we go on field trips, and a lot of the field trips was to like amusement parks and stuff, so they would have like water parks and all that, and obviously you're gonna be wearing a swimsuit. Well, if you have a whole bunch of hair that you haven't shaved, then it looks like, you know what I mean, a woolly mammoth is trying to break through your freaking swimsuit, okay? So I was using like an eyebrow razor to shave. I was using just like regular conventional scissors to sort of shave, and that was sort of what I was doing for the longest time, until I finally decided to take shaving in my own hands, okay? Like I said, in media, I always saw that people shaved, and there was a lot of commercials about razors and stuff, because I was always wondering why with my eyebrow razor, when I would shave, it didn't give me as clean as it cut, as if, you know, I went and got my eyebrows waxed, or if I looked on TV and saw people shaving with razors. So eventually I went and got myself a razor, and I started to shave, and I was so happy. It was like hell had frozen over. Pigs were flying. There was peace on earth when I finally got my hands on a razor and I was able to shave, okay? Because around this time, I think I was like, what, 13 years old? And at this point, obviously, like, I'm super interested in boys. And I remember this one time, I was like sitting with this dude that I liked, and this girl was like, oh my gosh, look at your arms. You look like a werewolf. And that was like really like, oh my gosh, I need a shaver. Like, I need to figure out how to get this hair off, okay? So, like I said, I ended up getting a razor, started shaving. I was shaving my arms and my legs and my thighs and all that. And oh my gosh, it would take so long to shave all this freaking hair off of my body. And also, I was always trying to get rid of the hair like as soon as it came. So I started to get like razor bumps. I started to get ingrown hairs. I started to get like, you know, 2 hairs growing out of the same follicle. Over the years, I started to sort of stretch out how often I would shave, because I realized if I shave like once a week or every week and a half or every 2 weeks, I didn't get as many razor bumps. But either way, like, I was still getting razor bumps. So it wasn't until I got to college and I started talking about, you know, shaving and all that with the girls, and they were telling me, hey, you can use like Nair and like, you know, leg shaving cream. You can put it on your vagine, like the top part, and it'll like take the hair off. You won't have any razor bumps or anything like that. And I was like, are you kidding me? Like, there's a way to just get hair just off the body, just yank. Like, there's a way to do this. Like, okay, sign me up. How do I do this? Where do I find it? So of course, went to Walmart, got me some hair removal cream, and use it on my legs, take the hair off fine, use it on my arms, all that, takes the hair off fine. So I'm finally ready to do the whole vagine chemical repair, or I guess not repair, but the whole chemical hair removal cream thing. put on my regime, works perfect, follow all the instructions on the label to a T, and that started to be my thing. I just used to use leg hair removal cream or face removal cream, and I would just put it right on my regime, leave it on there for like 3-4 minutes, whatever, and take it off. And then if there was any hair left over, I would use the actual razor to get it, and this was great. Everything came off in one fell swoop, and I didn't have any razor bumps or anything like that. But I did notice, again, I had to go through sort of with a razor to make sure I got all the hair. And I remember the more I was doing this, I started to like let the cream sit like longer and longer and longer. And then one day I started to feel like itchy, like sort of a burning. And when I went to try and take the cream off, some of my skin was like coming off with the cream. So it's like hurting as I'm like peeling off, not just hair, but just skin from my freaking vagina. I had gotten a chemical burn from using this hair removal cream. So after the tedious process of going through like tiny section by tiny section by tiny section to get rid of this hair, I swore from then on I was never gonna do any sort of chemical hair removal cream again, because it looked like, I don't even know, it just looked like a war zone. I just had scabs all over my vagina because using the freaking chemical peel remover stuff, but it was really like skin removal cream, because like I said, I was plucked. Okay, she was plucked. After that, I just went back to using my shaver, and like I said, I would just shave once a week, or maybe every week and a half, or every 2 weeks or something like that. And it wasn't until I met my boyfriend and he told me that he uses trimmers because his stuff was always shaved. And I was like, if you don't use razors and you don't use like the chemical removal stuff, like how are you getting such a close shave? And he was like, oh yeah, I just use a trimmer. I never wanted ingrown hairs, da 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 da. I use this, it works. How about you try? I tried it, it was alright. It made a lot of noise. I was like, I'm just gonna stick with my razor. In order for me to keep the no hair and no bumps and stuff, I can't be shaving so frequently, and my hair be growing fast. I mean, y'all saw my natural hair video, and I mean, literally my hair from a year ago versus my hair now, like my hair has grown like twice as much, okay? So my hair be growing. And it was at this point, being with him, that I was like, okay, finally, I would just break down and like, I wanna do the trimmer. So what he did is bought it for me. And so yeah, here's my trimmer that I use, okay? And listen, if it's good enough to trim some balls, then it's good enough to trim some vagine. And let me let you know, it works perfectly great on your armpits and the top of your vagine. Although for me, I don't get ingrown hairs under my armpits, so using a razor under my armpits is still pretty good. But in terms of the vagine, I definitely use this trimmer, okay? Mine is from Manscaped. Yours don't have to be. It can be from anywhere, to be honest. It has like a little light and it's waterproof too. So this is what I use to get all the hair off, and it's like shaves like so freaking close, like it looks like you use a razor, okay? So make sure you comment down below what you use to get rid of hair. If you've ever gotten a chemical burn, do you use trimmers, okay? Let us know down below. How do you get rid of the hair? Inquiring minds would like to know. But make sure you like this video and share this video with someone who you think might enjoy it. And until next time, make sure you click on any of these videos on the screen. I got storytime playlist, commentary playlist, hair playlist. I got all the playlists, okay? And I will see you tomorrow.